This presentation is about managing virtual teams. Most everyone works in a team environment. It has always been understood that the most effective teams are those located together. In fact, many managers decide to co-locate their team after reorganisation, even though the constant churn of people moving from place to place is seen by others as unproductive. Against this backdrop is a global phenomenon that is driving team staffing in the other direction. The internet, faster and more reliable communication and collaborative tools are allowing people to come together on teams that are no longer co-located. In fact, the whole concept of globalization is pushing work all over the world with independent people and teams working anywhere and everywhere. These groups are sometimes referred to as virtual teams. They are real teams and they fit a classic definition of teams in terms of working together to achieve a common set of objectives. However, they are referred to as virtual mostly because they do not communicate and interact in a traditional face-to-face manner. So let's look at a definition of what is a virtual team. A virtual team is a team that is not co-located and operates at distance with a level of dispersion. Secondly, members do not communicate and interact in a traditional face-to-face manner. But virtual teams do share project goals and objectives that enable the team to operate in a unified way. But individual members need a level of self-sufficiency and social skills to handle working at a distance. So what are the 7 tips for managing virtual teams? Firstly, the team manager needs to set project objectives and expectations for the team, both individually and as a group. The team members need to know and understand what it is that they are doing together. If they understand only their own role and their own work, they will always just be individual contributors. Clearly communicate the project objectives, schedules, and individual roles and responsibilities. It is important that everyone knows what they're doing, how their work contributes to the project, what other team members need from them, and why. Though everyone can work independently, it is important to constantly communicate the team's objectives. Failure to do so can be catastrophic for the success of a project. Secondly, remind everyone they are a member of a team and encourage participative activities. If the team members think they are all working independently, they will act independent. If they know they are part of a team working on common objectives and deliverables, they will tend to feel better about their work and be more active in their collaboration with other team members. At the beginning of the project, it's crucial to let the team members know what is expected of them. Status reports, participation in conference calls, hours of availability, and deliverable schedules are essential parts of managing virtual teams. Thirdly, establish ground rules, but understand and respect different organisational cultures. Even though the team members may be remote, they still need to exhibit a common and acceptable set of behaviours. In fact, this is probably more important for virtual teams. Ground rules include things like responsiveness to emails, when they are expected to be working, determining which meetings are mandatory, i.e. in person, web-based or via telephone, and defining expectations for communication turnaround times. This is very important if you're managing team members from different institutions or who are freelance. Fourthly, choose the right technology to foster communication. The anchor of every virtual team is the technology used to support communication. So in lieu of face-to-face, then the use of online chat on social media, conference calls, online conferencing using Blackboard and group emails are ideal. In addition, there are collaboration tools that allow team members to share and collaborate on documents such as Dropbox. Fifthly, be specific about timescales for completion. Never leave anything to chance. Make sure that all the team members know when deliverables are due. You never want to remind them the day before and have them scramble to get something done before close of business the next day. In these instances, the quality of the deliverable almost always suffer. Sixth, get the team together on occasion and look for opportunities to socialise. Team members located together have opportunities to socialise throughout the day. Virtual teams don't usually have the same opportunity to interact with each other, so it's important for the project manager to look for ways they can bond. This might include getting everyone together one time in a face-to-face setting, perhaps for a project kick-off meeting, Although it is expensive to bring remote teams together, it is a necessary element to managing a virtual team. In order to build and continue team chemistry, gathering the team together strengthens personal relationships and working partnerships in both the short and long term. Never underestimate the importance of team camaraderie and rapport. And finally, communicate, communicate, communicate. You need to be extra proactive in your communication to make sure everybody understands what is expected. People can start to feel isolated if they do not receive regular communications. It is hard enough to keep everyone informed on a regular project. The communication lines on a virtual team must be opened up, especially wide. As project manager, you need to provide this steady stream of communication.